Welcome to the channel Education and Career Success. Today we are going to look at the summary of the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore depicted his vision of India and his concept of freedom through the following lines. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary rigid sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by way into ever widening thought and action, into that haven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Summary of the poem. The poem reveals Tagore's idealistic vision of India, where there is no fear, no boundaries, no superstitions, no blind dogmas and beliefs, where his countrymen would stand up for truth, hard work, righteousness, perfection, and progress of the country. Tagore, like other patriots, wrote many patriotic poems and songs during freedom movement. Tagore's concept of freedom was not only freedom from colonial domination, but also freedom from religion, freedom from superstition, freedom from blind beliefs and ignorance. According to Tagore, political freedom is not alone enough unless there is social freedom. Where the mind is without fear was written during the period when India was struggling for freedom from the British rule. It reflects socio-political and educational scenario of the time. The opening line of the poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear, celebrates the value of intellectual freedom, human dignity, and self-esteem. In this country, no man should live in a state of fear. According to Tagore, only fearless mind can attain freedom. The second line of the poem, Where Knowledge is Free, reveals his philosophy of education. To Tagore, education is not just knowledge acquisition. Tagore's philosophy of education aims at physical, moral, intellectual, and aesthetic development of a person. According to Tagore, true education is a manifestation of true personality. To Tagore, ideal education is one that covers an ideal atmosphere, ideal teacher, ideal institute, and ideal method. Tagore was not satisfied with the contemporary system of education that was implemented by the British Church. Nature found highest place in Tagore's philosophy of education. As a naturalist, Tagore strongly advocated freedom for children in education. To Tagore, freedom in education helps to stimulate their ideas, nourish their creativity and independent thinking. The third line, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, reveals his idealistic vision of united India. Here, domestic walls reflects divisions based on the caste and religion. Tagore wanted his countrymen must not divide themselves on the basis of caste and religion, but they must be united for the common goal, independence. Tagore thought that India lost its freedom not only by Britishers, but also due to its internal weakness, that is, lack of unity among Hindus and Muslims. Where words come out from the depth of truth. In these lines, Tagore urges his countrymen to be courageous enough to speak the truth. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. Through these lines, Tagore laid a great emphasis on the dignity of labor. Labor alone can redeem man from the bondage of slavery. Through these lines, Tagore urged his countrymen to awake from lethargy and inertia and work towards to make India self-dependent. The sixth line of the poem, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. These lines make a clear reference to science and logical thinking. He witnessed his contemporary Indian society was preoccupied with various social evils like lack of education, ignorance, blind beliefs, superstitions, corruption, laziness, blind practices, and customs that are stumbling block to the development of Indian society. Here, dead habits refers all sort of social evils that arrest the progress of the country. He asked his countrymen to be free from all sort of social dogmas and mindless practices and apply science and logic to their beliefs. The last phrase, where the mind is led forward by the into ever widening thought and action, has a close connection with self expansion, self extension, and self realization. The poet appeals his countrymen to be led forward by noble thoughts and noble actions. The poet prays to God to lift his country to a heaven of freedom where there is no fear, no sluggishness, no lethargy, and where there is no division on the basis of caste and religion, and where there is knowledge that keeps people united. Where the mind is without fear is a great inspirational poem, and it has been inspiring millions of people even today. Thank you.